but if this is your first encounter with the series, you're in for something special, so strap in. This is what happens when maniacs make games for maniacs. It's also one rooted in history. You see, Konami and M2 have shared a partnership that stretches back nearly 2 decades. M2 has worked on many of Konami's major and minor franchises over the years, whether it's bringing Konami classics together in a single package, or even going so far as to remake something like the Game Boy version of Twinbee in the PSP collection. They have a lot of experience there. But of course, one of the most compelling collaborations between the two revolves around the Rebirth trilogy, Contra, Castlevania, and Gradius, all reimagined for the Nintendo Wii with fresh installments that blended nostalgic charm with contemporary design. Each of these 3 games are excellent, but for my money, Gradius Rebirth truly stole the spotlight. Furthermore, in recent years, M2 has experience making brand new shooting games like Senjin Alesta, which is still in Japanese arcades to this day. Which brings us to today's featured release.
Wait, there's an Alesta arcade by M2?
Even more exciting by including Salamander 3, effectively the 4th Rebirth game, and possibly also the best. Now, before diving into the details, let's break down what's in the collection itself. Gradius Origins comprises the first 3 Gradius games along with both Salamander titles, but it doesn't stop there. The game goes further by...
Yeah, this is the arcade version, not the NES. I wish they would release the NES versions of this, like, just to be something a little bit different.
And even previously unreleased versions. One standout is a rarely seen iteration of Gradius 3. This version was shown at the 1989 Amusement Machine Show, and according to an article in the Japanese magazine Gamest, Konami's booth was buzzing with energy with huge crowds queued up to play the game. Screens of this large dragon left a strong impression on series fans, but in the end, none of this actually made it into the final game. This build was completely unique and thought to be lost, yet somehow M2 has recovered this and went through the huge challenge of rebuilding this version just for Gradius Origins, essentially completing an important and thought to be lost piece of history. Now, if you compare this version to the final game, you can really see just how different it truly is. It's basically a brand new version of Gradius 3 to enjoy and serves to highlight the extra effort poured into this collection. First thing I noticed is that the background now contains a purple nebula in the older version. Furthermore, the sandy hills in the stage actually have frames of animation. It moves. There's also extra complexity in terms of the level layouts. Like here, you can see there's a bit of sand right in the middle of the stage here that doesn't exist in the final game. And if we skip ahead here, the area before the boss has a similar thing, and just a lot more going on. Perhaps they felt
A lot
it
more
was too
crowded.
difficult right from the start, which is funny considering how insanely hard this game is. And then of course there's the boss. The final game has this strange sand creature emerge from the wall with spiders
Yeah, Gradius
weaving
3.
webs around
Even
it
the
like
SNES
Hershey's
version has
mouth.
it.
Whereas that original arcade show one famously, of course, has this dragon boss. But once you kill that, it eventually turns into these sand dragons. Kind of makes me wonder if this really was intended to be the first stage, or if this was something intended for later in the game, because it's a lot more involved. My only real complaint here is that there wasn't more effort put into telling this story, because it's super fascinating. This version is just sitting there right in the menu. But most people playing this collection may not appreciate the historical significance of its appearance. So while many of these games have appeared on other collections, including on PSP, which M2 was also involved with, this is the most complete iteration yet. And of course, the emulation is pitch perfect. But of course, this isn't just plain old emulation with no options. One of M2's signature features is the gadget display. Information boxes placed around the borders of a game. These are tied into what's happening in the game itself, sharing information in an easy-to-read format. In Gradius 2, for instance, it shows how many hits your shield can absorb, when the option hunter might arrive, and more. It's specifically this sort of detail that sets M2's work apart. They're tools designed for hardcore players. In addition, there's a bunch of different options for each game. You can play on easy mode, fully invincible, and adjust other settings relating to the game. I mean, seriously, just look at this insane list here. While there's some optional changes you can engage, a lot of these are actually bug fixes to the original game. They're off by default to preserve accuracy, but if you want to modify it, you can. My favorite option though is the training mode, which automatically rewinds to a specific point each time you die, allowing you to practice certain sections over and over again until you fully got it. It's especially useful for something like Gradius 3, which is darn near impossible at first. It also lets you practice this strange 3D stage that was included in the arcade version of Gradius 3. Maybe if they do another Gradius collection, they could actually include Solar Assault next time. The mid-90s Gradius-inspired 3D arcade game that never got ported anywhere, though I'd imagine that would be quite some work to bring to a collection like this. In addition, M2 has finally made a much-needed change to its CRT simulation suite. You see, previous shooter compilations from M2 often included generic scanline filters, which frankly were a letdown compared to the otherwise excellent collections themselves. But now we have something that actually looks great. It softens the edges just enough and produces this sort of smooth.
Oh hey, hello there! Welcome to the live stream. Yeah, I'm just watching a video before I continue my playthrough of Robocop. I'm just watching this video about Gradius Origins. Is this new?
Each of these classics, though there is one caveat that I'll mention later. Because for all this great stuff that's crammed in here, and there's a lot, including music players, museum stuff, and more, the main attraction and the reason I wanted to feature this game in a video is Salamander 3. So, of course, Salamander itself is a somewhat complex series. It's a spin-off of Gradius that makes significant changes to the formula. The
power-ups are free.
For instance, is completely different. It doesn't have the selection aspect of Gradius where you pick up capsules and then choose which weapon you want. So you basically pick it up and immediately use it. When you die in Salamander, you also continue immediately from where you die, and the game alternates between horizontal and vertical scrolling sections. What makes this series more complex though stems from the various releases. When it was brought to the US as Life Force, they made a bunch of changes to the graphics and design of the game, but then it also came back to Japan as Life Force, where they implemented the Gradius style power-up system.
Yeah, what a bizarre combination. I do remember this.
All versions
do hearing about this.
Gradius Origins. At least all the arcade
every variant.
Anyways. Now in 1996, Salamander got a proper sequel on the Konami GX arcade board, and that sequel would make an appearance on Saturn and PlayStation, not to mention a PSP release later
Salamander
on.
2.
Despite this, it hasn't quite received the attention one would expect. I mean, Salamander 2 was this gorgeous game, yet it was released during the 3D era, so it seems like a lot of folks may have missed out on it for that reason. But really, for my money, it's one of the best looking and sounding games that Konami made during that era. After this, however, the Salamander series was effectively dead and no new entries were made, unlike Gradius, which at least thrived into the PlayStation 2 and Wii generation. That is, until Salamander 3. This is a game that feels like a true love letter to the original, yet offers something new at the same time. Salamander 3 answers the question, what if Konami had made a follow-up to the second game back in 1998? What would it have looked like? Well, there's always a chance it would have looked a lot like Gradius 4 with its strange medium-res graphics, but Konami was still doing pixel art games from time to time, even back then, so maybe it would have looked like this. Either way, Salamander 3 genuinely does feel like a game created during the 90s. The pixel art is perfect. Straight away, it hits you with a ton of variety. The game begins plunging you into darkness using cool scaling effects before revealing this purple mist so reminiscent of Salamander 2. We're then pushed inside a biomechanical nightmare with this slick background designed to lend the scene proper depth. It sort of scales like some of those mid-90s Taito games. The tusks that were so bothersome in previous Salamander games, well, they're here as well, but this time you can blow straight through them. It feels remarkably satisfying. There's even a section in the very first level where the camera unlocks vertically, allowing you to move all the way up and down inside a larger space as you blast your way through nightmarish flesh clogged with moai heads. Then of course we face off against an enhanced version of the Big Core. It's a more intense fight than usual, and it's really excellent. Defeat it though, and you'll smoothly transition into a vertical shooting stage without cutting the action at all. It's completely seamless this time. Now, that stage then has us piloting through an asteroid field while taking on foes and dodging rocks, before eventually reaching the end where we face off against another familiar foe, this time wielding chunks of asteroids. I could go on and on from here, but the point is, there's a ton of references scattered throughout, and the deeper you look, the more you find. It's really cool stuff, but it doesn't mean it doesn't stand on its own. The level designs are, of course, all new and often very challenging. If you use a continue, you'll be immediately disqualified from online ranking as well, meaning you really need to up your skills if you want to compete at that level. Otherwise, you can at least virtual credit feed your way to the end, but you won't feel mastery. And it's that desire to master the game that's so critical, because getting it wrong can be ruinous. I'm happy to report though, they actually did manage to get it right. There's very little downtime in the stages, no boring sections here, and each of them is extremely memorable with patterns you genuinely feel like you can learn. Although that final stage is certainly something, so that's going to take some practice. Now, the use of colors and shading here are excellent, and the art is crisp. Weirdly enough, it does actually seem like it might be a technological step back from where they went with Salamander 2. That game leaned heavily on 3D rendered sprites, which was all the rage at the time. This one goes back more to earlier 90s aesthetic. I'm not normally a fan of the 3D rendered look, but Salamander
not a
2
fan of it
looks
as
really
well.
good.
So I prefer
the more classic look here
the
with
classic
Salamander
looking
3 though is no bad thing. And
Radius
crucially,
Origins?
unlike the Rebirth games on Wii, the pixels themselves are razor sharp, just like any other game in this collection. Then of course,
Also,
there's the
it's
soundtrack.
just been
This
released. Is
critical
this
to any of
new?
these sort of shooting games, right? Especially from Konami. The music
Oh,
for this one
pre-purchase.
is
So,
handled by the excellent chiptune composer Chibi.
so they got an advanced
And,
copy.
Man, she
Cool,
did a
cool,
great
cool.
job nailing the feel of the series. Take a listen to this.
Approximated transition reset. Time of screening to 0. Let's change what only at Metro.20 to receive exit.
Yeah, it has to be clean. It doesn't need to be like breakthrough. Force field.
That's good stuff, right? But of course, does it match the originals? Maybe not. But I do think it's darn good and very faithful. And again, it's light years beyond the music in, say, Gradius 4, which was kind of a step down. But really, everything's good thus far, right? Well, unfortunately, I do have just a few minor nitpicks. So firstly, remember the issue I alluded to earlier when talking about CRT filters? Well, that applies to this game specifically. All the prior games are designed to run at 15 kilohertz. They run in low resolution, so when displayed on a real CRT monitor, you get sort of these perfect lines between the pixels that sort of divide everything up. The art is built with this in mind. And most of the art in Salamander 3 seems to have been designed in exactly the same way.
Are you sure?
Which is why it's weird that this time the virtual scan lines seem to treat the game as if it's running on a 31 kilohertz PC monitor. The lines are basically smaller like you'd see on a VGA monitor, making it look more like a computer game from the era, which maybe that's intentional, I don't know. But it basically means that for each game pixel, there's a line running through it. Thus, it never really looks like a proper low-res scan out to a 15 kilohertz screen.
Nah, I prefer the cleaner look. Sorry, I disagree with that, but I don't understand your complaint about the scan line.
The
Yeah, it
title
is.
screen actually does seem to match up well with the scan lines, but that's about it. The rest of the game graphics do not. Very strange, and hopefully something that can be fixed in a patch.
That is a very technical.
Next, and there's always a chance some of this stuff is hidden behind unlocks, by the way. I haven't unlocked everything yet, but as far as I can tell right now, there's no options for things like sound tests, design documents, behind the scenes info, or anything else for this game. Stuff that the other games at least received.
Okay, now I got reminded of that salamander made by Konami Taiwan, I think,
I feel like it's
or China.
some of the things
that for some reason it got canceled.
The rest of the collection, and it's also a shame because the story of its creation is something I wanted to know more about. I mean, it's not every day that you get a chance to create a new installment in a legendary series like this, right? So how did that come about? What was it like? We don't really get any of that information, and it really would have fleshed out the package. Lastly then, and this actually applies to all the games in the collection, there's no option for a completely black background. So if you disable the wallpaper and the gadgets, you're left with this sort of boring gray color behind the screen, like an LCD backlight. A black background should always be an option for 4x3 content, especially in the age of OLED screens that can display this as a perfect black. M2 has a habit of not including a perfectly black background behind the games, so hopefully they see this video and consider. But aside from these issues, the overall package here is tremendous, a real labor of love from Konami and M2 alike. I'm genuinely thrilled they were given the chance to make something like this in this day and age, as opposed to just tossing a few ROMs in and calling it.
I'll be real.
It really shows
Konami has been doing that. They fucked over Kojima because they wanted to save money. And this saves them money. Whether we hate it or not, that's what the result is. And according to the results, due to Konami allowing those re-releases with M2, it's profitable.
The menu system's already here, but if they could make a Volume 2, for instance, that even ties into this original version, include all the extra missing games, go deeper on historical context.
Yeah, they could even add the 8-bit ports, maybe even the MSX ports, you know, just to be
encyclopedia quality Gradius collection.
Perfectionist, I guess. Yeah, being perfectionist could be a good idea.
I can't recommend this one enough, and I'm happy that it's been executed with such a level of quality and accuracy. Even without those extras, it's still an amazing collection of games, and most importantly, a technically sound one that goes above and beyond.
Oh crap, I haven't enabled the chat.
We'll catch you next time.
Wait a second.
Second day of the daily badge achieved. You've reached 15 minutes streamed. Only 5 more days and you'll get your daily badge.
Here we go.
Give it a try. It's streaming tomorrow after 6 a.m. too.
Okay. Here we go. Robocop Rogue City Unfinished Business. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, come on. No, shader recompilation. Ah, should have done it already. God darn it. Right.
Spreading goodness and kindness in the world as well.
I'm gonna get hit with the copyright, so I wanna lower the audio because that's gonna happen. He's watching Super Sentai opening. I'm gonna get copyrighted.
Okay, so it looks like And if they're traveling through time, this one has caught my attention.
I'm yellow. Manigaru. To fire table. Yeah, I'm gonna get copyrighted with that, so I can't keep that. Heals your axe durability. Humiliated me first. Yeah,
on
what
all
does
modern GPUs, there's a setting which can increase performance substantially, but surprisingly, it's usually off by default. In order to turn it on, just head to your BIOS, go to the Advanced tab, search for PCI configuration, and enable above 4G decoding and resizable bar support. And now your PC should be giving you higher FPS in games that support it. So if you built or bought a new PC, don't
It depends on the
all modern
GPU.
GPUs, there's a setting which can increase performance substantially.
Here we go. Yeah, when my commander came and that, I immediately stopped playing there. So let's see. Okay. Okay, now it loaded.
Data squad, be ready to respond. Over.
Wow, everything is late on loading. Okay. Oh wait, so that was wrong. I need to go here. Find Miranda Hale. Oh yeah, I need to double check the afterburner. Oops, god dang it. Wait, the skills. Really? Yeah, walking landmines. Yeah, just a little bit. One in a million. Killers. Oh no. Oh wait, that's a different guy. Relevant to the case, alright. Yes. Oh no. Kill the town to stop the bleeding. Footprints. Traces of paint thinner. Unique features identified.
Robocop's entered the food hall. Secure search squads.
You've reached 30 minutes streamed.
Latest Squad 1 reporting. Target not found. Moving on. Over.
Please! Can you hear me? Help! We're inside! We have to get out! We're freezing here! We tried to hide from the mercenaries, but we picked a bad place! Please, look for the access code to open the door! It should be written somewhere in the kitchen!
I will try to help you.
Thank you. I was certain we'd freeze to death in here before anyone found us. My hands hurt so bad. I think I got frostbite.
Was there a woman with a scar on her hand among those who ran away?
It's hard to say. It was Havoc. There was another group by the construction shop. Maybe you could find her there?
Take care, citizen.
Yeah, she's in this location, I guess. She's going on this location.
Data Squad 2, Robocop is approaching. Hold your positions. Data Squad 1 is picking up the trail, over.
Yeah, he got melded into the door.
Hold back, Robocop. Data Squad 1 is almost got it. Over.
What are you staring at? Okay. Yeah, 15, 15. Then we have 16 here. Yeah, auto refill HP.
Antagonistic billowing says. Best viewers on streamamboo.com. Remove the space. Stjkayan.
Got eyes on tank!
target has moved to another area. Stop Robocop in the food hall. Over.
Damn, saloon. Minigun or deadly fire, heavily armored. Ooh. Hey, Fenrix, how are you? Welcome back to the live stream.
Did you enjoy the game?
Yeah, I mean, this is a simple game. If I didn't like this, I would not be enjoying this game. Here we go. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, there is a life refill, but it's very slow. That is...
Hey, you! Government tool of oppression. You are busting my position, man. You can't squeeze in here.
I'm looking for a woman named Miranda. I assume she walked this way. Have you seen her?
Dr. Miranda Hale? She's the subject of my investigation. She works for those Xenos cannibals, you know.
When did you last see her?
Quite recently. She walked this way. I think the Xenos cannibals are not satisfied with the cooperation. I can tell you more about it.
Why not?
Tell me more about your investigation.
This whole Omni Tower is a front for harvesting very specific fuel, which can only be obtained via processing human waste. No other planet has developed their specific chemical profile to replicate it. My theory is that OCP is researching
JD Vampire joined the stream. First time.
Hey, JD Vampire, welcome to the live stream.
Is there anything you found here supporting your claims?
I'm working on it. I know for a fact there's a robust incinerator under this building. It's for fuel distillation. Apart from that, I'm trying to make my way to the rumored lab segment, where they must be keeping their research on the topic. Have one of the Xenos tied up, I think.
Ooh, nice one.
Thank you for sharing your concerns. Tell me more.
This whole Omni Tower is no other
Thank you. Do you suspect that besides OCP, someone else is behind it?
Oh, suspect is a weak word. I know it for a fact. OCP, ABC, the important thing is that the Xenos cannibals are the ones spinning the spoon in this alphabet soup. But I must admit that these new players intrigue me. I can't figure out these soldiers. And on top of that, they are cloned. Take a closer look. They have maybe only
Oh, that made me laugh.
matrices.
Thank you for your cooperation.
I mean, they're technically correct, but not that way, I think. So there's nothing here anymore. Yeah, I think we have gone the opposite way. From here to here, going here. So I've gotten there. Let's go back. Where else should we be going? Oh yeah, okay. I recognize where we are now. Going back up again, I think. Where are we going? It's marked there. Relaxation zone and to the fountain. Okay.
Robocop, I need help.
What is the matter?
Those damn mercenaries. They tried to capture me, to hurt me, to kill me. They're looking for a woman, but I'm not her, I swear.
The woman with a scar on her hand. Do you know anything about her?
Are you looking for her too?
Do you?
I helped her. Actually, she's with me right now.
Let me talk to her.
But she's so weak. She can barely speak. Oh.
Oh, I doubt this. I doubt this.
Can you help us?
How can I help you?
I'm trapped. I tried to hide in the construction shop, and that damn security system took me for a thief. Now I'm stuck here. We're stuck. It blocked our way, and it keeps shooting. You gotta open the path from the security room on the other side of the hall. From there, it's straight through to the shop.
I had better leave right away then.
You go through a grocery store, and then you'll be in the place. And maybe you have to go through the warehouses too. Reach the security room, and you'll be almost at the right place.
All right, all right. Sounds good to me. guess I need to go down.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Uh-oh.
Welcome back to Wake Up and Shine. I'm Jade Powell. Today I'm talking to Professor Tolbart about helping children succeed.
Helping children succeed.
They're not able to understand that they should compete from the very beginning.
But parents these days have to take care of their own careers. How to find the time for children?
There is a better solution. Biochemistry. We combine smart drugs with anabolic steroids to take children's supplementation to the next level. It enhances mental development and at the same time ensures abnormal muscle growth.
Ensures abnormal muscle growth.
So it helps raise a ripped brainiac or a brilliant Amazon?
Indeed. And children love it because it comes in chewable format with an extra dose of sugar.
Okay.
The sweet taste of success. But I need to ask about one more thing. What if all children use it?
Don't worry about that. This medication is too expensive for all parents to
It's expensive for everyone to afford. Oh my goodness.
Thank you, Richard. And until next time.
Okay. Totally makes sense. Totally makes sense.
Hey, Robo! Hey, can you come over? Is everything OCP makes this, shit?
This was never an issue before. I don't know what's wrong. Maybe the power outages burned something inside?
What is the matter, resident?
We've been trying to open this locker using a prescription, right? Exactly as it says on the instruction here.
It's really urgent. There are necessary meds inside this locker, please. Can you help us open the locker?
Opioid painkiller. Oh no.
You did it. Oh, thank God. Ugh, can I have my medicine now?
That's my medicine, you lying junkie.
I will compare the prescription with the information provided on your IDs.
I left my ID in my living unit.
And I lost mine.
Those drugs are too strong to be handed out without proper
Investigation. All right.
So what will you do?
I will conduct an interrogation.
Right. Mm-hmm.
What is the medication for?
It's for a spinal injury.
Mm-hmm.
I was just gonna say that.
Your answer is correct, madam. What is the primary substance of the medicine?
Tramadol?
You've no idea what composition this drug has. It's oxycodone, right?
True.
I always thought it was junkies who knew such things.
You don't actually know.
Do you struggle with substance abuse?
You've reached 60 minutes streamed.
I don't. No abuse, no struggle, no nothing.
Can we stop this? I really need this medicine. The drug has been legally prescribed, and I don't know if my
Dependency
dependency
counts as
counts
an
as
addiction. Fair enough, but
How is the drug administered?
By mouth.
That is all. I have made the drug belongs.
I knew you would.
However, I suggest
Fuck you too. So, just having drugs from a doctor is enough to be a junkie?
technically yes. Technically yes. Having drugs is yes, you can be addicted to it, but that's the ironic part. Yeah, for some reason you have a spinal injury, but at least it's technically, you know, officially prescribed to her. So she has the right to be using that.
Hands off the money. We're splitting that later.
We're splitting nothing if this middle fuck splits our skulls first. Robocop has entered the search area B. I'm moving to intercept. Robocop has passed through the first security line. Take your positions. Over.
Magnavolt. Yeah, electric chair. Damn the physics, man.
Data Squad 4 confirming lead. Prepare to hold up Robocop. Over. Target located. Beta Squad 4 requesting cover. Over.
How do we go there? Oh, there's one. Okay. Okay.
Beta Squad 4 reporting. We're breaking through to the target. Explosives planted. Hale will be captured in a moment. From the right.
That was wrong? Okay, fine. Really? First stop. Oh yeah, because I'm an idiot. Okay. Yeah, because just to be... Yep, I'm an idiot. From lowest voltage to... Okay. What the heck? What? Damn, okay. Now let's try that again. Really? From the lowest to the highest voltage, right? Goes here. Goes down here. I think I'm missing something. I'm dumb, but I... Three. Okay, let me double check. It goes here. And then goes down here. Right? Yeah, that is 9 volts. So that one goes here. I don't understand. Am I stupid? I think I'm being stupid. I think my brain is being stupid right now. Okay. Cut the wires from the highest. Oh, highest! I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Because I'm an idiot. Okay, suddenly I got it.
The security system is neutralized. And
oh my god.
Well, you're not so bad for a cop.
The woman we spoke about, where is she?
She's not here. I haven't seen her. Actually, I don't even know her. Never heard of her.
She's just lying.
Telling lies can have serious consequences.
What? Are you gonna hurt me? Because they were gonna fucking kill me if you hadn't saved me. So I lied. But would you help me if I didn't?
Yes, I would.
You must face the consequences.
I was afraid, okay? I was afraid you wouldn't help me if I didn't lie.
Trust is like a seed. It takes time to grow. It takes a moment to destroy it.
What does that even mean? A warning?
Yes, but remember this.
Oh, yes, I will. I'll learn it by heart, I swear.
Mm-hmm. Right. Uh-huh. The 1 in a million mall. Okay. Why not? Might as well go deduction. Okay, I'll be continuing this tomorrow. I just want to relax a little now. My commander has been gone for quite a long time, so I'm gonna start relaxing now so that I could prepare for tomorrow. But hopefully I would be able to continue this playthrough at work, but we'll see. Sometimes unfortunately that I'm super busy at work, but hopefully this changes a little starting tomorrow. So anyway, that is all for now. Yeah, I'll be stopping the playthrough for our Robocop unfinished business here. But still, it is arguable that the game is kind of predictable, but I don't mind predictable. There is story, and then things are escalating now, and yeah, the opponents are kind of not really basic, I guess. Simple. When you see, you immediately know if they have armor, they have helmets or not, which is cool. I mean, in a basic design sense, it works anyway. So anyway, that is all for now. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope that I will still see you guys in another video. So bye for now. Bye bye.